Happiness is a fraud. What do I mean by that? Well, everyone seems to be pursuing happiness. And it's interesting, the Constitution says we have the right to pursue happiness. But it's become more than simple pursuit. It's become an obsession. People are looking for magic in life. The problem with happiness is that it is fleeting. It is momentary. It is tied to external factors, things that happen. And lots of feelings. Feelings of joy, perhaps, elation, excitement. And again, they're fleeting. Those do not last. And as long as a person is pursuing in an obsessive way happiness, they're going to continue to be let down. They're going to miss a lot of good in life. And their priorities are going to be just simply wrong. What's the difference between happiness and contentment? Because what we need to be seeking is contentment. Happiness, again, is temporary, fleeting, touched by circumstance. Whereas contentment has to do more with the way I think, and it comes more from the internal than the external. It has to do with how I appreciate things, how I see realistically. It's about reflecting. It's about seeing the good. It's about being thankful. It's about appreciating what I have and who I am and where I'm going and where I've come from. Happiness, on the other hand, is always focused on the next fix. What's going to make me feel good? You know, the grass is greener, so I'm going to make changes. Not that anything is wrong, but simply because it's not as exciting as it used to be. That's a trap. It's a way of thinking and feeling that present all sorts of problems. And here are a few of them. One is a person that is obsessed with happiness is constantly looking for external validation, things outside themselves to validate them, to say they're good, to say they're worthy, to provide excitement, to provide enthusiasm. Reality is that's something that is not in our control. So we are basing our worth, our value, our sense of happiness on things that we cannot control. That's not a good place to be. It also sets up unrealistic expectations. If people are always looking for that next fix and expect to have that mountaintop happiness experience constantly, they'll constantly be let down. And because they're looking externally, they're going to blame it on external people and things and circumstances, rather than seeing what's really going on is a dissatisfaction, a lack of contentment within themselves. A lot of times this leads to a constant discontentment too. And if we're talking about mental health, sadness, anxiety, depression, they're all going to have the opportunity to come into play when people are constantly seeking happiness when it is unrealistic. Another unfortunate aspect of being obsessed with happiness rather than contentment is that shallow relationships usually result, because relationships are based on simply feelings and what excitement can be brought to it, not on noticing the continued benefits and support and encouragement that a healthy relationship might bring. So someone that is pursuing happiness as an obsession really puts themselves in a bad place. Emotional instability that can come as part of that are profound. The lacking of fulfillment, The magical thinking, as mentioned earlier, the grass is greener on the other side, but the field's still full of cow pies. And often people are greatly disappointed when they make changes out of feeling and pursuing happiness and they don't turn out the way they were expecting. That's one of the features that lends itself to so many divorces. So, this obsessive pursuit of happiness not only is unfulfilling, but it's futile. It is not possible to have that mountaintop, excited, joyful experience constantly. And for those who continue to push in that direction, often end up getting the very opposite of what they pursue.